small and consistent. Like that's the big thing. And I think that's the other problem. And I've been a chronic yo-yo dieter my entire life, but it's those extreme, like you were talking about, you can't have this, you can't have that, you couldn't do this, and you give up all this stuff. And it definitely feels like you're giving up a lot to get there. And then you feel so deprived that when you get to a cheat day or a cheat weekend, that it's difficult to confront going back onto that because you felt so like you were depriving yourself of something that felt really good. And so for me, it had to just become a consistent lifestyle, not just a super extreme and then back to being bad. It just has to be a way of life. And then and something that I could agree with, which for me, I like the keto diet because I love fat, I love meat. It works really, really good for me. I throw in some intermittent fasting because I know I'm a chronic overeater in one meal. So I'll just eat one meal a day. But it's about finding the thing that works for the person so that they don't feel like they're getting deprived of what they really love, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it best when you said it's a lifestyle. I mean, it's all about, what's conducive to a long-term sustainable result for you, right? And so that comes from a lifestyle change. And, it has to be from a renewal of the mind. You have to be transformed in the mind. Otherwise, subconsciously, your mind knows. It's like doing sets in the gym. You're doing 10 reps and you get in the habit of doing it. I'm going to do 3 sets of 10 reps. Your mind knows that you're doing 10 reps and you're turning off. But the moment that you go beyond that 10th rep or that 11th or 12th rep, your mind then you've confused your mind. You have muscle confusion. And it's like, this is not normal. But then eventually that 11th, 12th rep becomes a habit because you continue to practice it over time. And so the same thing with how you fuel yourself, the people you hang out with. I always say, and I use surroundings because that's a macro habit. Healthy surroundings is so important. Recovery.
Oh yeah.
You can't recover if you're hanging out with people that are still doing the garbage.
Oh yeah.
Because you'll go right back down that. Why? Because it's a way of life that you have done for so long. And it starts with, I'll just do one. And then it grows from there. So you have to be transformed by the renewal of your mind. I mean, if you carry the same old bricks from your past, you'll end up with the same old house.
Yeah, well, and that 100% relates to recovery. When we see people go back into the same environment, around the same people, and expect they're fixed and it's not going to get to them, they'll for sure, well, not for sure, but a lot of times relapse because that's the environment. They just going back to the same environment and expecting that they're strong enough to be in that environment, but not give in. And you put yourself in that enough times, and it feels awkward to be the one that's not giving in while everybody else is doing it.
Yeah, I love that. And that's funny you say that because with relapse, that's why people relapse on their dreams. That's why people give up on their dreams. That's why I think it's 92% fail and 8% are successful or something like that. Don't quote me on that number. It might have changed the statistic. But a lot of times it's because people are squashing your dreams or stepping on them. And it's not because it's you. It's because you're actually excelling from a place that they're still stuck in. Mm-hmm. And they're bitter with themselves. And so you ultimately, because you've heard that toxic response so much, you start feeding yourself that and kind of self-destruct on it.